Hello everyone. Welcome to next very important interview question from our SQL question answer series. And what is that question? That question you would have seen if you have attended SQL interviews or data analytics interview, how to get rid of duplicate records from a SQL table, right? And not just the interview perspective. If you work in real time environment, right, it is very important to understand how do you get rid of duplicate records from a table before you start working, right? Because it is important for the performance optimization purpose, storage optimization purpose, and also for analysis purpose, right? If you are analyzing data with duplicate records, definitely you are going to derive a wrong result, right? So before you start, it is very necessary to get rid of duplicates. Okay, so let's just dive in into the concept and try to understand how it works. So I have prepared the data set for you, right? Select star from test. If I run this, yeah, let me order by so that it's clear. Order by ID. Now, if I run this, you would have noticed by now that for ID 1, we have 4 records, right? But go to next column. Here also, all are repeated. Next column, all are repeated, right? Then here you see the difference, timestamp difference you see, right? This is at 5, 11:36, 5, 11:36, 5, 36, 24 and 24, right? So here we see the duplicacy, right? So now what we have to do is we have to get rid of the duplicate records. Like let's say the requirement is for one ID, we need just one record. So we'll be seeing that sample also, right? But in another case, there might be requirement that like we want to retain this different timestamp also, like one entry for this timestamp and one entry for this timestamp. So there are two scenarios. We'll be discussing both today, right? So the approach which I'm going to use today is the row number and common table expression. Mixing these two, I'll be achieving the output, right? So let me quickly start writing the query. City as, and then select star comma row number as I said, and then this is important part over. How do we partition by? So first what we said, we are going to retain just one for one ID, right? Partition by ID and order by ID, and let's say we give this as row num, row num, rom test table, right? Let me increase the screen size. And now for testing purpose, we are going to select star from the city. Okay, for now, let's select everything just to see how it looks, right? Okay, now you would have noticed that for like all the records here, what it is doing by ID, it is partitioning. Like how do we see for ID 1, it has started from 1, 2, 3, and 4 for all the 4 records. Then again ID 2 came, right? So for ID 2 again, it resetted the count and started from 1 and then 2 because only 2 records are there. So that is very important to understand. This partition by is doing that part, right? We are partitioning by what? ID. So this is very important to understand, right? So we have achieved. Now we want to like get rid of all the duplicate records, right? So what we do is like select star from city where row number row num is equals to 1. So if we run this one, it will select just non-duplicate records, right? If you want to delete it, what you can do is you can write a delete query. Delete from CTE where row num is okay. So what we want to delete? We want to delete where row num is greater than 1, right? But right now I'm not going to delete it because we are going to see another example, right? And then maybe we can delete. So let me run you through the next example where we are going to retain different timestamps, right? So that is also very simple with CT as select. Okay, I guess I can reuse this query. Control V. But here partition by, we are going to do by all the columns, name, age, and then another one is time. Let me split it to next line as, and let me just test it. How does it look? Yeah. Now, if you see what it is doing is for this timestamp, it is splitting on the timestamp, right? It is splitting basically on all the 4 column, and wherever duplicate is found, it will count that as second row, right? So let's start. Till here, no duplicate. Here, if you see, now we have identified the duplicate. So 2 rows for same data set. That's why it is given 2. Now, again, for same ID, if you see, it has resetted the count and started from 1 again because the timestamp changed. And for this timestamp, 2 entry again, right? So what we need to do is we need to get rid of all these duplicate records. So how do we achieve it? You already know that, right? So let's go to the second part of the query and let me expand the screen. Select a star from city where row num equals to 1. Row num equals to 1, right? So if you run this one now, you have all non-duplicate records. You can test that, right? Because data set is very small. RAM 131 and then timestamp is 3605. Here if you see it is 3624. So this is different record, right? That's what we decided. Sita 31, 3605, 3624, right? So these are non-duplicate records. So there are 2 scenarios which you can like get in real time when you work. So this will be very helpful for you in exam as well as in the real time whenever you are working, right? With this, I'll stop the recording and you can see me in the next